Okay, today is June 28th, 2024, and this is the next update to the pepper series. It has been a long time since the last update, and there's a lot going on. I'm very behind this season. It seems like every season I keep saying that, but this time I'm really behind. But we'll start with some of the plants that I'm starting inside. This is the Lingria that I have been growing for a long time in this little tiny cup right here. And it's been producing peppers like crazy, so I've been using it. And it's a pretty fun project. So, you know, grow your plants in tiny spaces. You can use small containers. It's a lot of work, but it's also very fun. And then I'm also using these soup containers. I made many videos on this before. But one of the projects that I'm working on right now that requires me to grow a plant in order for me to cross is this one here. And I'm using the little hamster right here with a grow light from my buddy Christopher. So this is the backup plant to my StarRacha, which I will be using the pollen to cross with the what was it, the death spiral. And I just want to take care of this guy here and grow it inside and, you know, kind of speed it up and make sure it's well so that the crossing project will go well. And so yeah, so that's what I have growing indoor. This is Omni color. I love this thing. But let's go outside and I will show you the rest of the other plants. Okay, we are going to start with the lemon starburst here. And this plant is grown in a 32-gallon trash bin. And man, this guy is growing really well, producing pods. Look at the size of these guys here. Look at this. And the stingers, man, the shapes are really nice. I'm very happy with this one. So this is here is separate in its own because I'm growing this for the seeds of this season. I have a bunch of seeds from the previous seasons, but I'm gonna toss all those out because they're old, and I want some fresh ones to replace them. And so this is why this plant is all by itself in this big container, and the container is on wheel. And the reason for that is because we are in Texas and the heat could be crazy in the summer. And so when it's too crazy for the plant to dwell well, I'm just gonna roll it up into a shaded spot, and this plant will be very happy. So yeah. And then next to it I have this persimmon that I propagated. I thought that there was a lot of room because the plant was really small when I placed this tree here, but now it's kind of like fighting, but that's okay. It kind of gives the plant a little shade. But anyway, yep, so that is the lemon starburst. And next we have my death spiral that I'm growing for the crossing project. This guy's doing amazing, and it has even fruited already. So there's a fruit right there, but there's a lot of flowers. And this one is also on wheel, but in a larger container, 64 gallons. And it does have a self-composting system here that has been feeding the plant. And so it's doing great. There's a few pods already, you know, formed. But there's more flowers, and I'm just waiting for my other StarRacha to be ready because I started those guys so late, and so it hasn't you know, gotten any flowers for me to cross yet. So it may be to, you know, towards the end of the season. And once that plant get bigger and grow well, I may just put it right here, or I may just take the pollen and just do the manual crossing myself. But yeah, that guy's doing really well. And then these are plants that kind of started later. And so I started this guy in this cup right here, and it was growing inside. And so, you know, it outgrew the cup, and so I decided to put it out here. And look at this. This is the Niwaki. I love this plant. It's pretty cool, very productive. And I think this one here is it might be a lemon starburst or the peach star kissed. This one here is so bad looking right now, but I will make sure it grows later. This is the Thai, white Thai. And all of these here are white Thais that I started later. And so they're coming along. And then this one here, this is the one that I overwinter. I brought this guy inside. This is the Scotch bonnet crossed with a Thai. And you know, usually the crossing of a different variety like the annuum with the chinense is kind of almost impossible. But yep, I did it. It worked. And so I got a lot of fruits for these guys last year. There's not very many seeds in here. That's really the result of crossing, you know, charts. When you cross into other varieties that are not compatible, they produce pods that are, you know, semi-fertile. So there's some seeds in there that are fertile, and most of them are not. And so it's really hard to collect seeds to grow because of that reason. But man, look at how big that thing is. And then here I have some habanero, and these guys are growing mad. You see this? All the pods down there, looking great. So I will be using some of these here pretty soon once it's ready. But look how healthy the plant are, guys. And then I have 2 scorpions right there. They're doing great also. See? And I think they're flowers already, so I need to trim all those purple perella back so that, you know, these guys have space to move around. But these 2 here are habanero, and then this is a ghost. There's some other ones that I didn't have anywhere to put, so I placed them here, but I will be moving them because they're going to be competing for space. So those guys are looking great. And I have some lemon starburst here. Man, these guys were eaten up like crazy, like these here in the beginning. And so they're now just starting to grow. So I have them in the shade a little bit. So hopefully that will help with the summer heat. So we'll see. And these are some extra plants that I have in my, you know, water bottle container. And these are chocolate scotch bonnet. So they were in here. So these are 3. These are basically backup plants. And so I'm just using these as backup just in case something happens to my other ones. And so these are all the same. And these are, what are these? Let me see. I think they're peach star-kissed. So we'll see how they will go. There are 3 of them here. I think they're doing okay. They're looking good. There's one plant that I overwintered from last year, but it's covered up by this melon. Not looking good. And here's a few that I started inside. Actually, this one is overwinter, but these are the ones that I started inside. Then I brought it out later, so it had a pretty good head start. And I think these are death spiral also, but it was doing really bad in the early months because I took it out too early. But it's starting to recover, so doing well. And this one here is a stargazer, and there's a lot of fruits that are ready. Really cool. I love these. I need to use this to make chili oil because they have such amazing flavor. And so that one's looking very good. And then I have some, I think, lemon starburst here, but those guys are still pretty small. And in my last bucket here, I have a bunch of plants that are volunteer. So I grew one of my chocolate Khang Starr crosses here, and then a bunch of pods just dropped because there were so many that I couldn't harvest it, and then they just grew back, and so I left them here. And these are great. The flavor's good. They just have the perfect kick and nice crunchy flavor, so I love them. And I just left them there as backup, so if I lose some other plants, I will move these guys out and take their place. But yeah, I'm very behind on all of this. I'm not growing as much this year also because I grow a lot of fruit trees, and man, that take a lot of my time. So anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for now. Maybe in the next update you will see lots of pods and we can harvest some stuff. So I hope your season's going well. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.